In the wake of Russiagate and efforts against what is being labeled as propaganda, YouTube and Google have now begun labeling state-funded news media organizations. The notices are just beginning to pop up, but so far, they seem to disproportionately draw attention to outlets from countries that the United States considers to be rivals. Under the guise of tackling the fake news problem, audiences are being warned about the sources of funding for outlets which provide valuable perspectives that U.S. audiences can rarely find within their own media. For example, there was a warning label on Telesur content which said that we're funded by the Latin American government. The Latin American government? Which one is that? I've never heard of one single Latin American government which funnels money our way. The warnings also singled out other media as being totally or partially financed by the governments of China, Russia, Qatar, and Iran. But we never hear them say British state media when referring to the BBC, or US state media when referring to PBS or NPR. So they're increasing transparency around government-funded news reporting. But this really doesn't begin to address actual fake news, conspiracy theories, or hyper-sensationalist programming, which is controlled by either fucked up people or corporate agendas. What if there were clear-cut warnings about corporate media financing? You'd find that many of the world's primary sources of news are being financed by numerous banks, investment firms, and a lot of multinational companies with their own business interests. And we make it clear where our financing comes from. Who doesn't make it clear are the big media companies who don't want anyone to know who their corrupt funders are. Broadcasters profit by the billions while using the public airwaves for free. They're simultaneously delivering information to us through our TV, web, social media, radio, and newspaper with complex corporate ownership, and no one's working to create transparency around private-funded media, which by default is painted as more independent. Google is on congressional record saying they found no manipulation of their platform or policy violations by RT, but Google continues dancing to the tune of the US government, engineering algorithms to downrank RT and Sputnik as seemingly everyone is on board to demonize Russia. RT America was registered as a foreign agent in November after the US Department of Justice threatened the news outlet with arrest if they failed to comply, following what US intelligence officials are calling the Kremlin's principal international propaganda outlets. The same thing happened to Sputnik's US partner, as well as China's CGTN. While Twitter and Facebook actively downrank the only news outlets with the means to serve the public, online platforms are ganging up to promote liberal agendas internally and US imperialist policy agendas abroad.